Meet the Simbas, bold, aggressive and hungry to see Africa succeed. They are some of Southern Africa's finest industry leaders who started off with nothing. Chamo Chiwanza, the local maverick, has companies in security, real estate and transport to name a few. Ritesh Anand is a leading global fund manager with over 15 years of investment experience. Florence Ziyumbe, a successful corporate lawyer and one of the first women to have her own legal firm in Zimbabwe. Nigel Chanakira, he is the fearless executive chairman of Success Motivation Institute. Gary Thompson, today he's one of the biggest names in marketing and advertising in Zimbabwe. Two innovators, 5 Simbas. If their pitch is compelling enough, they walk away with a life-changing deal. If not, they leave with nothing. As we conclude Season 1, this week we go behind the scenes and talk to the Simbas, partners and innovators to find out more about Simba Savannah.
Well, the Simba Savannah is a stage in evolution of an ecosystem, in the sense that it is a meeting point between innovators and investors.
So I remember when we got all the Simbas to see the set before we started shooting, and I think it was at that moment they saw the effort that we put into the set, they saw the coordination, and they met a few of the entrepreneurs and they were like, this is something we want to do.
I was very excited because I mentor people just as a professional mentor or a success coach. And so this is part of what I do all the time in terms of mentoring people, giving them advice.
My first thoughts when I was approached to be part of Simba Savannah, I said, that should be interesting. Honestly, I was positive from the word go, and I received all the warmth and the love, and I was excited.
Everybody that sat on that table taught me something that made me think of this project from a perspective that I had not even looked at.
You know, what an honor to get a chance to speak into the lives of young and other people who just need a shot in life. And I'm like, why choose me? Sometimes I'm on the mountain and sometimes I'm in the valley. So it depends where you get me. But hey, it was great to be there.
Zimbabwe currently has lots of entrepreneurs, not necessarily by choice, but out of circumstances of the economy, whereby, you know, the young people in particular cannot get jobs, and then those who are in jobs are getting retrenched. And so from that perspective, everybody's got to be thinking, I've got to be some sort of entrepreneur. And
the problem is that, like the Savannah, there is always too many players, and they have to kind of learn to live with the problems of the ecosystem. And Savannah is a rough place. It's tough, it's cruel, it's risky, but it can also have opportunities, and out of opportunities comes rewards. So the young people are in that stage where at the moment they are still trying to figure out where are the opportunities, and they are trying to figure out how to manage the risks.
So playing the game of entrepreneurship in Zimbabwe is a challenge.
What we find is the environment is very informal, it's very unstructured, and what we as Stewart Bank tried to do is to bring some of that structure and organization into entrepreneurship in Zimbabwe.
We've got a lot of entrepreneurship ideals inside of us, but to translate that into proper business, I think that's where another challenge comes in, is how do we take this great entrepreneurship heart that the nation has and make sure that it's funded properly and given the right resources to actually grow into proper companies.
And so from that perspective, Simba Savannah turns out to be very useful. It allows people to think through what business projects they would like to do and how they can make a pitch to a potential funder or even to a bank.
In an economy like this, that's what we need. We need to see job creation and economic growth, and the startup scene is where that is going to come from.
What I believe that needs to happen is simply for those entrepreneurs to be guided in the right direction, whether that is in terms of knowledge, access to market, maybe access to finance, and just basic bookkeeping skills, and I think that those are some of the things that are important in developing entrepreneurs.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but they do have resilience and a passion to keep going.
What we're trying to get the message across is that if you're going to be a successful investor in Africa, you have to learn the environment and you have to be very skilled.
I think we're at a critical moment, and I think it's an opportune time for a lot of people who've got passion for entrepreneurship and development of entrepreneurial skills in Zimbabwe to come in the mainstream entrepreneurship and change the image of the country economically and make history, because I think this is a critical moment. There's so much interrogation and so many things, but this is where superstars are born.
Coming up, did Simba Savannah work, or were there too many limiting factors to make it successful? Sign up for Season 2 on our Facebook page now.
They produce an incredible learning opportunity. As I watched every episode and doing my social media in spite of my kind of tweeting and responding to them, I could see how much knowledge was passed on during the episodes. People learned about equity, people learned about market, people learned about branding, people learned about negotiation, people learned financing. And all that was very subliminal in the sense that the Simbas didn't say, I'm going to teach you about equity. They asked questions about equity. So the audience learned something about the equity.
Simba Savannah was not a pageant. It wasn't just a television show. This process has been going on for a long time. I've witnessed it for over a year and a half.
The importance of the community and the ecosystem was key to making this all work. You had emerging ideas pitch nights, you had innovation baraza and what Edugu is doing, and some of these things have been going on for 2 years before we actually shot the show.
And these entrepreneurs put some serious sweat equity into arriving at the show. So they are prepped, they're working on their business plans, they're going back to the drawing board, they're starting over, they're learning.
So it's not just a show, it's actually a platform where things are already working and we're taking what's working and putting it onto a place where the nation can see it and support these great ideas and these guys with passion.
It was a tough thing. It's one of those moments where you feel it's a defining moment. Good idea, good execution team without these guys, and good idea, good execution team with these guys. There's a vast difference. So you come in, you appreciate the value of what it will mean to get these guys. So the adrenaline levels are very high, the pressure is there, but at the same time you have been running your startup. It's not like it's just an idea. We already had traction, we had already moved some parts. We knew the market needed a product. What we needed is the ability to scale and the connections to work with government and to make it a Pan-African operation. So I think having a mixture and a balance of all those things could give you a very good understanding of what the feeling was.
Simba Savannah presented us with a meeting of minds. It offered us the platform that we were looking for to start pairing up entrepreneurs and investors. And great spin-off has been the conversation that takes place during the show, especially on social media. I know when it's time for Simba Savannah because my Twitter notifications start pouring in.
I think one of the funniest things is to see someone walking on set and you can tell in their eyes like this is going down and they're nervous and so they're shaking. And I mean, a few times you had to just stop and say, right, just calm down, relax.
And the fact that the whole country will be watching this thing, not only the whole country, the continent. Man, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, our kids will be watching this thing and saying, Dad, you messed up. How could you say that on TV? So you can imagine, the pressure that is around this thing.
The first person that comes to mind is little Adler from Kinky Floss. I mean, just a powerhouse. But I gotta admit, I loved the husband and wife combo from Scooters.
Tawanda, who did Road Rules, was very eloquent. He was well polished. I mean, this kid was smart. I mean, he could take money off the table, from, any serious entrepreneur.
The Guardian was quite something that was very interesting, I must say.
A lot of great people out there, the authenticity that came out of them. So I think they all had their characteristics, but you actually are buying into the personality and not just the product. I saw that.
So I think that Simba Savannah was a tremendous success and showcases the very best of entrepreneurship in Zimbabwe.
We got 3 Simbas, Nigel and Florence and Gary, and the guys have been really helpful. Gary with the marketing, Florence with the law, and Nigel with the finance side, and he's actually taken people in for financial lessons, just getting to understand how money works and prospects about the future and everything, how you to focus budgeting and everything. It's been really great and very helpful. Look, going forward, we're just really looking to upskill the business and open shops and just put ourselves really up there, because we know with these guys, they offer us an opportunity, a strategic opportunity to just have them in, because they're things that we can't do on our own. Yes, we have the business idea, but we need the expertise to do more than we can. So far, we've just gone back to our small scale. It's been doing pretty well. So far, we've heard after the show, a lot of people have been calling in. We've just been doing mostly deliveries, but it's really looking up, and we are so grateful for the opportunity, because if it wasn't for that show, probably wouldn't have been known.
It's pretty good. Thumbs up. Guys, this is actually pretty dope.
Later on, the Simbas talk about their best and worst moments on the show. And why did they wear the same clothes every episode? Sign up for Season 2 on our Facebook page now.
So whose harebrained idea was it to wear the same clothes every day, right? I mean, guys, seriously?
To be honest, those are the directors. That's Tommy DeShell for you. He says you can't change clothes, but I like changing clothes.
Man, I've never worn the same clothes for a week. It was hilarious. The fortunate thing on my part is I had bought 2 shirts that actually looked the same.
Good thing, that was my wedding suit. Like, no one knows, but that's my only darn wedding suit. You can't go wrong with black and white. Well, anyway, that was what I had.
So we got the Simbas together and told them they had to wear the same clothes for the set, because we didn't know when we were going to use the first episode or the last episode and chop and change different pictures. And they were like, we have to wear the same clothes? I think Chamu was the most annoyed at that issue.
It was quite strange to be wearing the same clothes all the time you're doing the shoot, but a job has to be done and a job has to be done.
Chamu, I don't think he's ever worn the same suit twice. I don't think he wears the same socks twice. But I have one black suit. Thanks, Tommy DeShell. We're going to do a black... And Sitsi. I mean, what's Sitsi saying how we should dress? Personally, I thought it was disgusting. Black suit. I'm going to wear it the entire next season, even if you shoot over 25 days. Every day, black suit, black suit, black suit.
I love fashion. I think I dress pretty good. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be on TV, it's a chance to show off a bit of my wardrobe. And the guys tell us, wear the same clothes. I was like, live it. But hey, I could see the sense, in terms of the production. Once the production got rolling, it allowed, the production team at C Media to be able to, mix the productions, and it made sense. But next time, I think just allow us guys to wear whatever we want to wear.
Most memorable moment in Savannah. I gotta admit, there's some amazing entrepreneurs, but the one which I laughed through the entire 30 minutes, Trevor Noah had nothing on him.
Sorry?
5 to 10% of what?
5 to 10% profit of the sales.
Of what, sir?
Of the commodities that we have procured.
How much? How much? Dollars? Money.
They're saying if you invest $50,000.
I couldn't look at Gary. He was laughing throughout the entire shoot. Devin had to leave stage. Ben was shaking on camera. Clem couldn't hold it together upstairs. And so, I blame Gary for that one.
Okay, the funniest moment for me on Simba Savannah was quite literally when one of the innovators called Milton walked onto the stage, and he was looking sharp. And as he was looking sharp, everyone said, wow, nice shoes. And immediately people pointed to Chamu, and Chamu says, yeah, well, Chamu, I bet you in, because those shoes are just like your shoes.
Come on, Chamu, we're wearing similar shoes, man. Come on. I like your shoes. All right, so I like your shoes.
I thought that was so funny. And sure enough, it was as though, you know, Chamu awoke from his sleep and immediately, I mean, he was on to this guy, and sure. So I thought, man, this is the shoes. It's nothing to do with the business model. It's just the shoes.
To be honest, I don't have one memorable moment. Every other take that we had, every episode we shot was memorable. The Simbas are amazing.
Gary.
Okay.
Ulysses Jesus from
I'm just kidding, it's mine.
The Simbas behind the scenes. Yeah, Nigel's a striker. He just wants to score goals. I love the guy. I mean, his number one thing is his financial app. Financial app. Financial app. No, I mean, we all need financial apps. Financial app. And I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm going to be marketing app, right?
Nigel, he's like the king of the jungle. He is a self-proclaimed wise man. He's like Mufasa.
On my part, you'll just remember me as the old wise Simba that got you a better deal when these three are with you. I'm out, but see you at the top.
Chamu, he's Eddie Murphy. He's Eddie Murphy on steroids for business. I love him. Don't tell him, but I love him.
And Chamu's like a trendy bulldog. He dresses well, and when he wants something, he just bites.
60%. I take controlling stake. That's what I want. I want 60%. I fully fund this business. Deal or we break the deal.
Florence is like the mother hen.
Clack, 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 clack. All these little Simbas. I come, you know, she just loves everybody. I want this come.
She would adopt everyone on stage if she could.
All I'm saying is he's saying he will come in if it's 30%.
Yeah.
So if we can get the 30% agreed,
Yeah.
I know that the Simbas are in.
No, but
This I've known him since he was small. Don't worry, I'll deal with him. Let us just on the 30%.
But I love her. I've known her for years. Ritesh? Where's Ritesh gone?
Ritesh is a walking calculator. I mean, that's his thing. He just wants to calculate and then challenge you on your numbers.
Why do you, in your second year, you're projecting 350,000 revenue, 40,000 profit, 44,000 profit, and then 491,000 revenue, 45,000. Why are you making 1,000, and that's 7,500 times 15, which will give you 112,000. Okay, so you're spot on your numbers. Okay, so your operating costs are around $35,000. So you're making $70,000 projected net profit in your first year of operations. And Florence, before we go there, can I interrogate your numbers further? Yeah.
Sure.
Gary, we're still trying to figure that out.
I've worked with all the Simbas. Since the last shooting, we have a close relationship with Nigel. I have a close relationship with Florence. She's my sister. I like Gary so much. Ratish is like a brother from another mother. So we're family.
And I think we've got to love personalities and not walk on eggshells. I've loved Nigel. I love the way he wants to make a deal happen. But yeah, got to get the app.
And all of them come together. It's magic.
Coming up, find out what Season 2 looks like and how to sign up and get in front of the Simbas. Sign up for Season 2 on our Facebook page now.
So Season 2 of Simbas, coming to a concrete jungle near you.
So what I'm hoping the second season does, the next of investors and Simbas are level up. That the kind of questions we're asking in season 1 should be answered before they come to the show. By the time they show, we want people who are saying, I've actually been in the market. This is what I've done.
Gee, I can't wait because, man, I think I'm a celebrity now, courtesy of this show. I get stopped in the street, people, say, can I make my pitch? They're right in the street. And I'm saying, no, dude, wait for series 2. So I'm quite excited. People want to know, how they can get on the show. I mean, to imagine, this weekend I was in Bindura speaking to young entrepreneurs, and all they spoke about was Simba Savannah. So I mean, this is just confined, it's a nationwide thing. And I think in series 2, we just got to touch all the corners of Zimbabwe and get people on board.
We need to make sure that we are searching for people with great ideas, great great concepts and great skills. It could be from Zarabani, from Mutare, where I come from, or from Blawa. It doesn't matter. People have great ideas everywhere. And I think you guys, when you came in with this concept, I actually thought that was a very, very brilliant idea that is fitting into the things that we are doing.
So what's exciting about the show is it feeds back into the organic growth of these entrepreneurship communities. You've got these great hubs popping up all over the place whose desire really is to see the best potential come out of entrepreneurs. And so if you're looking for a place to get involved in, plug into that first. And then we work together with these hubs to make sure that we come together and it translates into a show where people are in front of investors. I mean, it's basically just collaboration. We're connecting the dots, and it happens to be on TV. And I think that's why it's so powerful, is because there's grassroots and it's not just a TV show.
For me, I just find working with people to change their lives, to support what they are doing, I find it so rewarding.
Because of the show and the growth and the publicity that is coming in, the team is growing. We really are growing. The workload is coming in. The real work is just about to start.
This was a testing ground. We had just gone to the Savannah in this particular phase of the season. And then the next season, who knows, the rains will be very heavy or they won't be very heavy. It might be a dry season. And that's what the Simbas have to learn, is that the Savannah will change, but you have to play in it.
And I'm also excited with the fact that we are building a fund, because quite clearly in terms of the funds that we had, they were pretty limited in terms of the investments that we could undertake.
And I don't think that there's a better example than Simba Savannah. In a very homegrown way, it's connecting Zimbabwean mentorship, Zimbabwean resources with Zimbabwean innovations. It is making it okay on national television to learn from each other, and it's breaking down the barriers that are going to bring us all closer together.
I very much look forward to season 2. I think the show is exciting. I think it reflects what's wonderful and what's great about Zimbabwe, and reflects the resilience and the brilliance of some of the youngest and brightest entrepreneurs in this country.
All right, so guys, when I make my mark, when I've exited from the business and we've really made an impact on the African continent and the money has rolled in, and this is now a multi-million-dollar valuation, I want to come back and become a Simba and also give back to the other startup entrepreneurs in the same way these trailblazers gave back to us.
We want to know who you think should be a Simba, and we want you to apply and become one of the entrepreneurs that pitch on the show. There's so much more to just getting an investment or just getting a partner on board. This is a platform to tell the nation about who you are, what you're doing, and why you think you can change the world through your idea.
If you're an entrepreneur and you believe you've got the next best, biggest, baddest, boldest, brightest idea, we want you. Sign up for season 2, The Simbas.
Season 2 is going to be ecstatic. We've learned quite a lot from this. We have much more experience, better prepared, and we're hoping to see you. I'm sending my love from Cairo, Egypt. I'm Chamu Chiwanza, the youngest Simba. God bless you.
So thank you so much for your support and being with us on this journey for Simba Savannah Season 1. Be on the lookout on Facebook. We're going to be posting some more behind the scenes stuff, other ways to be involved in Season 2. And big shout out to Steward Bank, Udugu Institute, C Media Africa, Emerging Ideas, and the US Embassy. Unbelievable partners. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much. And we will see you Season 2. That's a wrap.
Sign up for Season 2 on our Facebook page now.
Welcome to the world of money.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy yourselves.
Ratish is like, I've got 2,500 followers on Facebook. I'm not proud of it. I'm not. Please, show me the money. I didn't hear you talk about the money. Show me the bills. Where's the money? Where's the money this thing?
See you at the top. The bottom is overcrowded.
Thank you.
I'm out.
He needs a bit of cash. Put some cash, Ratish. Put some cash.
You have to make some commitment.
Yeah. Put some cash. You're a businessman.